All right. All right. Yes. Yes. Welcome. Welcome to another session, another stream here on the Chaos Rain Show. As you know, I'm Chaos Rain here. And as I'm going through my little archives and scrolling through, just getting people all settled in. As the timer's up, the music's being played, and we should get the ball rolling. You know the deal, you know the drill. Always you know what to do. Find the channel or subscribe to the channel. You hit the red button and you hit the top notification bell for uploads and also live streams here on the Chaos Rain Show. You could also follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. What else? You could also hold on. Sorry guys. You could also add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And you could join and follow me on Rumble as well. I'm also on Rumble, as y'all know. Not many videos on Rumble, but I would love everybody to start make their way towards the Rumble and start just following me on Rumble. There's gonna be some content, more controversial content over there than here. And what are links I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show as well. That is in the About section of this channel. And I'm looking at these guys writing about stupid I don't know what they wrote on here. Let me give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going through some things. And wait, hold on. Well, I got a mail. 1 second, guys, before I start. Got an email. 1 second, guys. 1 moment. Cool. Sounds good. All right. I think that's it. I have no faith. I'm kind of a little slow right now, guys, because I'm getting things set up. Looks like the board's working. Looks like my mixer is working. I guess we could begin. Today's subject and the title. Yes, the title is as given. Ra Garvey exposure revealed the true nature of men. Why I decided to give it this nice little unique title? Because what I've discovered and learned now for over a week, going on 2 weeks, in regards to what the men truly want and what they choose, even to a point as we could say they want as representative, is evident now that the people have spoken, and looks like they made this pasty chick, which y'all know who I'm talking about. We don't have to go into details. They made her, I guess, in charge of a lot of things, even to the point where they're hoping and praying that this Caucasian woman will be able to get them out of the systematic oppressions here in America, especially the West, in regards to the laws, oppression, systematic job loss, you name it. They are hoping that this woman, which y'all know who has been referenced throughout the internet, she has a very large following, and they're banking that by joining forces and unifying with her is not only going to make them look better, but also grow their already existing struggle channels, even to point channels that are already official from over 100K or more subscribers. And as we know, and you know how YouTube works, collaborations do work to a degree, but it does not ensure success. Just because you collab with another content creator does not mean that it's going to transition to you growing more subscribers or getting more views on generally on all your content on your own page here on YouTube. So we're going to talk about that. What else am I missing here? Oh, and be honest with you, this probably might be the last time I will be talking about this. And normally, like everybody else, I can run this down the ground in regards to what's going on in the UK. As you know, you saw Mr. Black talk to one particular avatar, especially in regards, why she did not think that this individual is a racist. I'm seeing too much evidence now from other content creators of this woman. I knew she's racist. And it's not because she's Caucasian. It's deeper than that. It's the nature of these people overall. And how they think, feel, and that they're entitled to other non-white people across the globe. Even to the point of possession. And even go as far as now, what I'm noticing now that they are really working as hard as to reprogram the history of what has happened to black folks during enslavement. Now, everybody knows that as chaos, why is it so important that people still want to keep talking about the slavery issue? Because they owe black people the reparations. I'm not sure how much more I could stick this and jam this in your head. When someone's done wrong, there has to be means to repair. And I think the reason why they will not really fully repair black people in regards to getting what's rightfully theirs in regards to fiat currency, land, or even go as far as facilities with all the incentives to start the process of repairing what has been done to black people in America, especially for the last 400 years, over 400 years. And they're not in that direction to really make that move, to really deal with the real repair. Everything else that has been discussed or even being talked about is all a waste of time. All a waste of time, personally, in my opinion. And people, you deal with too much waste, people that waste too much of your time anyway. And trust me, they will waste your time. They will. Oh, yes, they will. They waste your time to the point where they will beat into submission to the point where they'll make it in a way where you're so frustrated that you don't even want to ask for what is rightfully yours. And I find that to be very sad. But nonetheless, this stream is, we're going to go and play some tapes. Well, actually, one tape. I can't play another tape. Depending on how long the stream is, I'll play it. And one thing is evident, because the old man had this conversation with this particular gentleman that works with the Miss lady from the UK. All I have to say is this: how much or how far a person will do just to save whatever breadcrumbs they're getting from their boss, unfortunately. And I get it why they will sit to defend it, because let's be honest, if you're a foreign black that lives in the United Kingdom, UK especially, right, you're African or you're Caribbean black especially, living in the United Kingdom, it is, from what I'm hearing now, very expensive now. It is so expensive that we find that America's bad. We have no idea. Outside America, which is one first world nation, another first world nation is just as even more expensive or worse. And really, truly, that's just the reality, not the myth. But because we won't know that, because most of us, we live in a bubble. And I think a lot of us Americans need to start traveling more. This will remove all faulty information about what we have it good up here, but we don't, or we do. But you will not know because if you have not traveled outside this country, hell, even lived somewhere else, maybe, you will never know. You will never know. And I'm just checking some last minute mails. Let me see what's going on here. And I'm probably going to run this tape in like a minute or two now. I'm just going through down. All right, I guess we could start. So now let me run this audio tape of this conversation, a very intriguing conversation. Hmm. Wow. Let's look at this. All right. All right. So let's go, guys. Let's begin. And looks like I got everything set up. So let me share this now. Got the record playing right now. Share screen. All right, let's begin. And let me lower this down. And this was a very intriguing conversation, in my opinion. All right, let's go. Let's begin. We'll say fair use and all that good stuff. Listen carefully. Hope you guys listen back. All right, let's go.
Hi, Obsidian.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So basically, Amiri confirms that they are on contracts. I know that was debated back and forth whether.
Now, as you know, Sarah, one of the few issues he had, and the falling out really led to, obviously, it led down to really money, personally. And if I did play the first tape on this, and should I play the first? No, I ain't gonna play the first tape. That's gonna be too much for y'all to go back. Y'all can find the guy's channel, Ra Garvey. He's on YouTube. I'm not sure if he's doing content right now because right now he was on some dispute now of certain copyright claims, which really is faulty. And personally, it's not a good move. But what do I know? He's been known to show reveal certain behind the scenes that goes behind the work that they do in that studio. Um, some of it could be graphic, some of it could be explicit. Who knows? But nonetheless, Sarah working for that company or for the studio for the last year and a half now. He said himself that when and this is just me now, and I always question this: why are you taking deals that don't favor you respectfully, especially if you are known you've been doing this for a while? Now, if you're fresh off the press doing media, then yeah, you're going to take what they offer you. You're going to take it anyway because you need to get your feet wet. But if you are a known media, done media, etc., then really true, you should not, and you should not be trying to ask and bargain where you don't really have no actual leverage. You don't really have no skin in the game. And it'd be foolish for any person to sit there and someone offers you a job and they offer you roughly 60 or 70% or even go as far as 80% they take and you get 20 to 10% out of it. Now, as y'all know, super chats here on the YouTube side of things, they take 30% out of every 7% super chats. But to find that there's contracts now for particular practices that in favors one the boss, while unfavors the employees, is blatantly wrong, outright wrong. And let's continue fair use.
Auntie Jenny came out on the video and she said, "How do you even know I'm on a contract?" So Amiri just confirmed that she is on a contract. I'd like to know, Amiri, are you on a contract? You're not on a contract? It's just Auntie Jenny and King Rich's?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, you know what?
I know Auntie was offered, and I know what I asked her. I know I told her to negotiate. So
you did say earlier that she has a contract.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to it. I okay. How can I put this? I know everything for your little heirs to know how we do things businessly. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you?
Businessly?
What? Sorry?
Businessly?
Yes, businessly.
Okay.
How we do things, like, so first and foremost, no one is under no slave contract at Just Pearly Things. Number two, I am not under contract at Just Pearly Things. Yeah? I'm not under contract.
Okay, you're not under contract. You know Auntie Jenny is under contract. We know Auntie Jenny is contracted for.
Now, as y'all know, the contract situation. I'll repeat this again. Every contract varies in regards what is the obligation that is expected from you. Now, like I said, Mr. Garvey did go out his way to really investigate more of if this deal was more geared to his favor than everybody else. Because let's be honest, a lot of us, we want to make sure where we stand in regards to the competition, if there's any. I mean, Mr. Garvey might have some skill sets that is needed for this podcasting. Same with what's the name, Auntie Jenny, other Garvey dude, and each person brings something. I mean, something tangible to the table. And one thing that, as you listen more, you're gonna see the frustration and anger when these dudes don't really sit there and yeah. All right, let's continue. Fair use. All right.
Hours a day.
Should I
to
call
work.
her?
Well, you just confirmed that she has a contract. In Auntie Jenny's video, she confirmed that she comes to the studio and does her 4 hours a day. So we can surmise from that Auntie Jenny's contract requires her to work 4 hours a day. Would you say that's a lot to go conclusion?
This is what I mean when I say people that don't know what they're talking about get involved in conversation. We're not talking about a contract. We're not talking about a contract that you do when you're working for your Tesco's. It's not a contract like that. It's a type contract. It's a contract.
There's no need to be condescending. You just implied that I work at Tesco's.
No.
You just earlier on you told me that these conversations are not for my little ears. I'm asking you questions. You're up here, right? Sarah discussed the contracts. We want to see the validity of Sarah's claims.
Listen,
right?
Listen, I could tell.
There are contracts going on.
Listen, I could tell before you even started what vibe you're on. I've had to deal with people like you for the last 12 days, 14 days, bro. What do you mean? You don't know what a contract is. Like, you just don't. You don't. You're talking about hours. There's no hours and no contract that people sign that talent, bro. What are you talking about?
Auntie Jenny confirmed that she does her 4 hours a day. She said that in her video, in her response to Ra Garvey.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Since that video of Auntie Jenny is in question, we're going to go and watch the video, and then we'll come back and pick up with our special guests, Amiri Howe and Jessica X, okay? We're going to watch the video right now, and then we're going to come back.
Try to chime in as well.
Hold on. Make sure you guys like the stream. Wait, hold on. Oh, hey, what's good? Damn, I'm feeling a little tired. Oh, shit. I should do this last year. All right. I think Jessica X did a great job to get them to confront that JPT owned the content of the channel. I agree, Sopo. I agree. I totally agree. All right. Let's keep going. Fair use.
Sarah.
Oh, and make sure you guys hit the like button as you come in, please. Like the stream, like the stream. Likes are free. Last time I checked, I think it is free. Is it free? Yes, free. Last time I checked. Okay. All right, fair use.
Now, you're showing pictures. I was alright until you mentioned my name. And you're mentioning my name like I'm some kind of I'm under some kind of slave master. Let me explain to you, right? Because Pearl tells me everything. And let me explain to you. Have you seen my contract? Do you know whether I've got a contract or not? So when you're talking about Auntie Jenny, talk about what you know. Talk about what you've seen. Don't talk about what you don't know.
Precisely.
Right? And I always tell Pearl, be careful about who's around you because not everybody that says they're your friend are your friend. And she's stupid and naive and she trusts people. Like how she trusts you and look what you're going to do. What?
Well, it's not that they're your friend. A lot of frenemies have been created over this type of stuff. And one of the biggest problems that a lot of people that create enemies amongst each other, well, it involves majority money. And you know how I guess black folks move. When you don't got their paper, they about to, you get me? You know, and I think because Sarah is not getting what his rightfully is, you know. And you know, I know most people should take and move with integrity in regards to business, but you know how niggas are, they don't move like that, unfortunately. Anyway, fair use.
She won't pay your salary. Because she won't pay your salary. How do you expect to make money when somebody else ain't making no money? Right? You can't tell me how many hours I do because I come in here for about 4 hours a day. I come in here, I sit down and I go home. That is it. And that's for the party. And you want to take private videos of people at the party. Right? What were you doing at the party? Who was you there with? Because all of a sudden you turned up and you're looking really like, you know what I mean? Like you're one of these strong black men, you know what I mean? You're wearing your black today and you're wearing your little gold pendant. Your little tiny gold pendant. I need a magnifying glass to go and see. But yeah, you're representing the blacks, isn't it? So say how you're representing the black. Now I always thought that you're a man that followed Kevin Samuels.
Miss Auntie, if you say independence too small, you need your bifocals to be adjusted. Unfortunately, that means your glasses prescriptions are up, and you need to get them. You know, you need to get them up to date so you're able to see the gold chain. I'm just saying. Fair use.
God rest his soul. Right, Kevin Samuels. And the way you're turning up, tell them how you turn up. Look how you're dressed now to suit the black man. How do you normally turn up in your Primark shoes? Tell them how you turn up. Tell them how you turn up at the thing. Ask them what you didn't want to tell them what you have to say about China. And you were threatening China too. About, oh, is China for real? Is this guy really for real? Or is he, you expect me to go gossip about China's back? I said, you know, he's a real thing. China is whoever he says he is. Tell them about the drink that you brought. Any black man you know that brings a drink, what drink did they bring to a party? Right? You had Rolito that brought his cognac. What did you bring? What did you bring to educate the young people? Poor.
Hold up. What is this shit?
I know you want to go and tell everybody how poor it is, right? And then what did you do? You stand there, everybody's drinking drinks, and you stand there with your poor. And what did you do when you was leaving? You walked out the door and then you come back. Oh, because you forgot your bottle. So much of a man, you forgot your bottle. Now, please, don't put me in your mouth. Do not say things about me that you do not know. You understand? I am retired. I have bought my own house.
Yeah, but that don't stop you from making money, sweetie. There's a lot of people that's retired, but they're still looking for something to do and work and getting paid for their service. See, one thing that kills me, a lot of people that retired, they're not being transparent, honest. You're retired, that means you don't stop doing to be productive in society, making some form of money. Whether you're educating, being a bigger uncle, grandpa, or even go as far as being working for a working part time with your experience to start teaching others. See, old people, the problem why, as you know, Social Security is right now possibly going to be obsolete, and it's probably obsolete now in the next decade or so. that it was only designed temporary to give the illusion that there's something waiting for you at the end of the road once you put money into the system working from, I guess, 16 or 18 up to 65 ish. It's all a game at the end of the day, you know. So most of that retired, right, retired good or not, they gotta still find ways to get that money and they're gonna have to work in. Hmm. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. Fair use, fair use.
You know what I mean? I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't do this because I need the money. I do it because I've got nothing better to do. Because I'm retired. So don't come here looking that I'm working for some kind of some master, right? That I'm some kind of like I'm some kind of slave because that's not me. That's not me, right? So you are just like MTR. You're bad-minded and you're bitter.
You know, it's like West Indian women, they be saying this stupid thing called bad mind. I swear it ain't a joke. But you know, like I said, how you gonna get mad when one of your own ran away, start spill the tea, and you had to come out your own mouth and your own work to sit there to defend your boss? Because you don't defend your boss is gonna stop paying your little short bills if you got any bills, which most of them do. It's why in a point I hear some say they're getting paid handsomely, but when I look at the deals that they sign under, it's not really favorable for them in the short and long term of things. But let's keep listening. Fair use.
Why? Because oh yeah, you go, Pearl. And what has she done? What has she done? What has she done? Those who can't do better, do better. Do better than her. You got someone do better than her. Don't ride on the coattails of her. Do better than her. That's what you should be doing. So rather than go around and betraying somebody who thought that you were their friend, right? But all of a sudden you're there doing secret videos that you want to go and show everybody. Keep my, as Will Smith said, keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. All right, Zara? Keep my name out of your mouth, right? Because you and me ain't in nothing. Whatever you upheld God, you upheld God. Nobody else said mention my name, but you want to come mention my name. Do not mention my name. Man up. Don't just dress up like a black man when you want people to be there, and then you know your £15 shoes. Your £15. Yes, I check because I'm that kind of person. I'm into shoes. I looked inside that's not Primark. I thought, no, I'm wearing Marks and Spencer's. You understand? I never paid for this. So I can't see how you would expect to get a salary. Yes, you paid for all of this. You know why? Because what people don't realise, I come in here and I sit down and I chat. Right? I chat. I come down on the way to my grandkids, or I might go see my man, or I might go see my friends. I come down here and I chat. I come down there and I chat. I'm all slave masters. So slave masters are going to pay for my mother's funeral. Slave masters asking me out. Slave masters knew my mum. Come on, Sarah, do better. Do better. Do better. You sound sad and bitter. That's what you sound. Sad and bitter. Because you didn't get your own way. Because then she fell for you last week and she listened to what you had to say last week. You didn't even signed up for the same thing last week. So just because you got turned down, right, because you won a salary. No, everybody gets paid according to how well their channel does. And me, as you can see, I don't really give a shit about how my channel does. I like talking to people that go out there. If it makes money, it makes money. If it don't, it don't. So don't talk about what you don't know. Whatever contracts you think that everybody else has got, talk about everybody else. But please don't talk about me about what you don't know. Because you're the sort of person that will go out there and be taking pictures of everybody. You should be a man. You should be a man. And right now, you sound pathetic. You sound hurt. You sound bitter. And you know what? You can tell it is because you're delayed. And you got to picture yourself, what kind of person, all the people that are going out there, what kind of person could go front up with somebody and then be taking pictures and using their stuff behind their back? You're a traitor. You're a snake in the grass. You're an embarrassment. And you're a fraud.
Make sure you guys like the stream, share the stream. Like I said, when people feel that betrayed, they have to always protect their best interests. In regards to Miss Jeans, she will say all these lewd behavior words to the man and No. All right, what's good, guys? Sorry about that. She let it slip. She is not married. My grandkids, my mom, my man, she's a liar. Oh, let me read the comment section, guys. Okay. Why would she need Pearl to pay for her mama's funeral? You know, I didn't know she got paid for mom's funeral. That's new. Thank you for laying that out, Mental Vessel. You're right. You're right. All right, let me keep going. And mind you guys, if I'm silent, I'm trying to keep up. I'm feeling it. Fairies for use.
So rather than see what her dad is slapping her down, beat her. Beat her to it. Do better than her. Do better. Do better. That's what you need to do. Because as people know, she can't tell what to do because I'm coming in and I do what I like. You understand? So do not mention my name. Don't put my name in your mouth. It's too good to be in your mouth. You understand? Too good to be in your mouth. You want to talk about what you know about Pearl, you talk about what you know about Pearl. Because you know what all people are going to see you for as a snake in the grass. Because that's what you've done. You infiltrated the team and now you're trying to say, oh, it's this and that. Talk about what you know. Talk about what you know. Talk about what you were thinking. Talk about what you did at the party. Talk about how you mingle with the guests. Talk about what you do, you nasty piece of work. Leave me out of it. I'm done.
Okay. So there it is. We're gonna go back to Amiri Al.
Yeah. Like I said, she's there to protect. Thank you, these eyes TV. She's only and make sure you guys hit the like button. Cause I'm not gonna look at the likes periodically. I should, but I don't. All right. That's got my win up. All right. So you see, the old lady is defending this because it is her little paycheck. And let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. These people don't got channels. Their channels only come and go in regards to the support of the woman y'all call the pasty woman. And without her, a few of these so-called people that work for her would not have channels. Now I heard a birdie that they do have channels before come across Miss Pasty Woman. I differ because if you had a channel, you know what it takes and what to do to grow a channel. And trust me, growing a channel on the YouTube side of things is not an easy task, people. So it's very hard for me to really believe that these people were doing things before coming across Miss Pasty Woman. I call cap, I call bullshit. And what I've heard is because they signed these deals that they said they will get their channel after their contract's up. But here's the the caveat. Here's the thing that they don't talk about. What they don't talk about is that if this studio, the setup, got you where you are and helped build you up, that tells me once everything's all said and done, and let's say they were able to cancel, which is very hard to do that and not really possible, you will also cease to exist on social media and YouTube because you did not build your foundation from the start. You did not work your way up and down to get to build a channel from scratch, to really go through those struggles where you, at times you might have an upload and you might get less than 50 people watching your videos. Even to the point you might get less than under 100, or I would say even go as far as 30 people watching your live streams. And the reason I'm saying it's because this is not no easy work. It takes work to do, to get and put out content to the point where someone's going to bite and support or watch your crap. So, but let's keep going. I'm not going to rant. Fair use.
And Jessica X, but first we got to get these super chats. Snuggles comes through with a $5 super chat.
Hold
He
on.
writes, what's your content with me?
A couple of weeks ago from Carnival. Yeah, I was in Trinidad until I was 9. And then I went back when I was 13. Then I came back to England when I was 18. So I went to school, primary school and secondary school there. I got family there, friends there. My mum's there from there. My dad's from there. Like, how much would that do? I know what planners mean.
Gotcha. Let me get the kosher clinician. He's holding up his YouTube plaque. The kosher clinician in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, for the research, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for that. All right, you and Jessica X, y'all can go back at it. She did indeed confirm her work hours, and so on and so forth.
Now listen good, guys. Listen good. Listen carefully and listen good. Fair use.
Divulge some other work-related details.
Auntie Jenny did not confirm my work hours. She says,
Not yours. I'm saying she confirmed her own work hours. She worked 4 hours.
No, she didn't. She didn't. That's what I'm trying to thank you. She said she comes in here for about 4 hours a day. 1, Auntie Jenny does not come in here every day. And 2, sometimes she might come for longer, or sometimes she might come for shorter. Just like you lot are making it out like Pearl has them. Make sure you're here by 9 o'clock. No, that's not. Let me YouTube works.
All right, we'll continue. Let me get Kadash. Kadash with the $5 super chat writes. And he says, even if she is, who gives a shit? Mind your business. I would like to ask Jessica X that question as soon as we go through all the rest of the super chats. My man PW85.
All right, guys. Let me see if I can fast forward this.
A $2 super chat.
I buy that for $1. And he writes Auntie Jenny with the howitzer. Yes, she came in with both barrels blazing. That is for sure. Let me ask
Jessica, what difference does it make? Ra Garvey has made this whole contractual issue. Why is the contracts that have been made in private, these are private matters between independent actors, Just Pearly Things, and her organization, and the various vendors and employees and so on that she goes into contracts with. Why is that important, Jessica?
Well, Sarah felt the need to speak about it, and I know people have been questioning the validity of what he said in his video. So now we've confirmed that when he spoke about the contracts, there are indeed contracts. He said that Pearl asked him to sign a contract that would require him to work for 4 days a week from 10 to 5. That would be 28 hours a week, right? If Auntie Jenny is doing 4 hours a day, that would also be 28 hours a week. So it would seem that they would be on the same time span with their contracts. So it does point to there actually being some validity in what he's saying in terms of there being contracts. So
okay. I'm with you on that, Jessica. Fair enough. Why is that important? I want to go to Miri and give him a chance to respond, and we will continue. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it goes to show why they're pressing this issue about the contracts, because it's deeper than pocket watching. It's really, are you getting your fair's worth of pay working for the Pacey woman? Now, for all ladies, or anybody's listening in the chat room, do you feel that working for Miss Pacey woman, that these ladies and gentlemen that work for her, that are her Africans, are they getting really a fair deal? And mind you, now she is making a lot more than them because she has a YouTube channel. They're not really knowing what really is going down with the analytics, how much money is being really revenue and generate through her studios. Do y'all believe that she is paying her Africans or Caribbean people a fair wage? As I'm running this, y'all tell me. Fair use.
First, I want to go back. Like, Jess, do you work?
Yes.
So how much hours a week do you work?
It's contractually it's 35, but that's not necessarily what I put in.
35 hours. Is that a normal full-time hours, or is that less than full-time hours? What's the normal British full-time hours?
40.
40 hours. 40 hours. So even if you were right and Sarah was working here for 20, 25 hours, you'd be working a part-time job.
28.
Yeah? Part-time job. Yeah? 4 hours, yeah? Okay, that's first and foremost. Secondly, if you are a business owner and you are writing a contract for someone, would you offer them 70% of your business to them?
But the way that it's known is that...
Now, as y'all know, that's a direct question. And I'll answer. You will not do that, especially if you're starting your business. Now, everybody knows most of us that's watching or whatever, we do work for somebody, unfortunately, for now. No, things will change because we are in a gig economy, so everything's uncertain, unfortunately. But let's go there. That when someone starts off, they give you something, a offer that you can refuse or you will not to refuse, and it's up to you to take that offer. Now, as you know, what she offers to a few of her, I guess, Africans or West Indians, whatever they don't call it, is something that is somewhat of a, how can I say this? They're offering, I guess, performance pay by percentage. That's like sales marketing, if you think about it, That's like selling insurance and stuff, but it's in regards to a YouTube channel. And trust me, if you're going by that, you definitely not gonna know how much you really made, because usually when you sell something to somebody, you know how much you're selling and how much percentage you're getting back really right off that. Not from YouTube channel. Trust me, I know, because like I said, this channel is not monetized, but I've seen a few monetized channels. And I tell you, those analytics and how much is being made by super chats and ad revenue, if any give or take, you really will see what really is being made. Like literally. But like I said, if you sign a deal, you're going to have to abide by that deal unless you want to renege on that contract. And I heard from Sarah that when they had their falling out, she tried to present a new contract to the dude, which I find to be very weird and odd. But anyway, let's keep going. We're not going to hope more on that. Fair use.
Yes or no?
No, wait. Pearl owns the content on their channels.
What? What are you talking about, bro? You don't know what you're talking about. That's
Mary, you
bro.
can see that I am a woman. I'm not a bro, right? I'm a woman. I'm not a bro.
Bro.
Stop talking things you don't know, Please, bro.
What? Did he just call me a dickhead in the
That's some of those people in the BRICS UK be calling, and that is a form of a cuss word and a very slanderous word by in the UK, a dickhead. Now normally what will happen is you get punched in your face for violating. I mean, literally violating, calling somebody a dickhead in the UK. Or you get shanked. Because remember, they don't use guns in the UK. They use bats, nightsticks, and knives. They cut people. They know how to use a butterfly knife, and they be doing some martial arts with that knife, going zoom, 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 and slicing the hell out you. Anyway, fair use.
background?
Okay, all right. Well, let me jump in here and get my man Ash with the $20 super chat. He right.
Can I come in?
Obsidian. Nobody should be discussing anybody's contract publicly. This is pocket watching to the max.
He said,
Anybody's business. Shut the F up, JPT. Stop talking and keep your circle small.
I see.
Ferrari in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, "Oh man." That, let me see. Okay, so yeah, we're getting. See, this is the Negro national pastime, pocket watching. I don't know about over in the UK. I'm going to assume because Sarah went there that this is a universal black thing. This is not a black American thing. For whatever reason, black people are very interested in what other black people, what kind of money they have, how much money they have, who they spend their money on, what did they do with their money, did they lose their money, did they gain their money, who did they take advantage of money, did they get taken advantage of money, licked, sucked, all the other type of things. For whatever reason, that's a big deal. Amiri, why do you think that that's such a big concern?
Because these people are broke, man, and they don't know how to build wealth. Broke.
Do you know what, Obsidian? It's crazy because Auntie Jenny's video was full of ad hominems. The
What?
gentleman, and I'm going to say gentleman, right up here, has been full of ad hominems from the beginning.
Oh my God. You see that? But you know, you got to understand, Auntie is trying to, for her best interests. She can't bite the hand that feeds her. Regardless, she's getting a little social. Well, I'm not sure they have social security checks in the UK. I mean, I don't know how they run by after they work for 30 more years. I mean, that's another story. But anyway, let's say she was doing that. She can't afford to F this up, especially if she is monetized. But let's be honest, you monetize, that percentage you make goes to nice little pasty woman. She get all that nice money, while she gives you, from what I'm hearing from Miss X, said they only get 100 something pounds out of that dollar. Not a good deal. Let's keep going. Fair use.
He's been condescending. He's been rude. His friend or whoever that is in the background called me a dickhead. What it seems as though nobody is really willing to talk about the hard facts. You guys are angry. You're name calling. You're insulting. How about we actually address what was said in Sarah's video? Because he wasn't insulting or name calling. He was sticking to his side of the facts. I'll say the alleged.
Okay, yeah, I agree with. Hang on. I agree with you, Jessica, that you should keep the ad hominem and the personal tax to a minimum. But my problem with Sarah is, what business is it of his to discuss the contracts of others? Why is it his business? If he wants to talk about the contractual business between himself and Pearl or anyone else, that's one thing. But why is it his business to discuss the contracts of other people? I ask you, and then I go back to America.
You know what? I honestly think he could have left that out. Right? He could have left that out. He didn't need to address Auntie Jenny and King Richards. He could have simply kept it between him and.
So why do you think he did
that? Hold on. Let me look. Let's go through some right now, guys. 1 second. What's this? Let me move this over here because I don't want this blocking me. Oh wow. All right, let's keep going. Fair use. Fair use.
I think it was just an extension on from what he was offered in his contract. He brought up theirs. He could have left that out. I think in hindsight would have been a better thing to do.
Okay. Let me go to Amiri.
You guys not seeing that he was trying to connect the Japanese with the colonial mindset.
Hang on. One at a time, please. Let me get Amiri, and then we'll go on from there. I know the brothers have been very patient. I'm coming to you in a minute. Everybody just be cool. Amiri, I want to get your response, and I'll go back to Super Chats, and then we'll go on with the conversation. Go right ahead.
All right. So firstly, here's what, Jess. I apologize if you feel like all I've given you is ad hominem attacks. But what you need to understand from someone like me is that I'm accustomed to people like you who are intellectually dishonest. Do you hear what I'm saying? And you're gonna ask.
Dishonest.
So what's your connection to Sarah?
I don't have any connection to Sarah.
Oh, why do you want to know what's in Auntie Jenny's contract?
Because it was in the video that Sarah made, right? This is YouTube. When you put yourself out there as a public person making content, you should know, right, that you're open to public criticism.
In one way, I would have to agree with you in a sense, but not every information should be put out for the public. But for the sake of conversation, let's say, yeah, you're put up to criticism. Majority of human beings today do not take friendly to criticism. It is what it is. I think, to my opinion, they like to throw things and hide their hand. Criticism puts them on front street to what they are or the actual representative. And let's be honest, a lot of people want to keep up with their bull crap, and they want nobody really checking them personally. I mean, because think about it. We as people, we don't want to be criticized for every little thing we do. Rather, we keep our word, our actions, etc. But for the sake of conversation, criticism is good to a degree, but let's be honest. Overall, they don't want to be, judged or criticized. Good portion of men don't want to be judged and criticized, and a whole lot of ladies don't want to be judged and criticized. It is what it is. But on that note, a lot of people want to, live behind the shadows and say, do as I say, don't do as I do. It's the world we live in. Fair use.
That's true. That's fair. That's a fair point. You just also admitted, Jessica, that was a bad move for Sarah to make. And if it's a bad move for her to make, we agree with it. Do we agree with that? You and I agree. Then it would also suggest that it was a bad move for you to inquire about something that was really outside, beyond the scope of Sarah's video. Let me go to.
No Obsidian, because
I'm going to give you a chance to respond, Jessica. Let me try to get the rest of these super chats. Chat writes, no need for the emotional spats talking to that sister, my guy. Fair enough. SDC comes through with a $2 super chat. Let's see who else came through with a super chat. Yes, we have Perfectabilis with a $2 super chat. Setup. Amiri, you wanna respond to that? What is your lighting setup? Is there anything special you do with lighting?
No more fouls. You don't need to go and find out for yourself, bro. We're not bringing in no more MTRs. We're not bringing in no more anyone else's. Telling them no more backs. Enough. Don't ask no questions about how we do backs. You can take it to the house. All over the carpet.
Wow. Okay, Jessica, I want to give you a chance to respond to my previous point. If indeed we
another thing on a side note, that when people are very frustrated, they don't want to ask a general question and they don't want to give no answers. I'm gonna tell y'all, for those that want to do this content for real, if you're going to do it visually with the cameras on and camera yourself, showing yourself, it's always essential to always make sure one thing before doing showing yourself by camera, you gotta get the mics on point first. So you might have to spend a good portion of money on a decent quality mic. I would say Amazon will be your best friend, or you could go check DJ Kuda. One or the other, you know. Get your mic game on par first before you decide to go visual, because always sound is very essential for any live stream, podcast, recording, etc. When sound is not clear and distorted, everything else falls. I don't care if you look presenting on camera. If no one can hear or hear what you're saying, all that hard work is for nothing. Let's continue. Fair use. And stop taking and asking advice to people that have bigger channels what to get, because they're not gonna give you that answer. Most majority of people, they got their lighting, their studios all situated. They got that from free, or they pay somebody else to know what's needed to get the best quality. And most likely, you might have to go the same route. You might have to know someone for free to give you the free game, or you're going to have to pay for it. It's one way or the other. So, like I said, start with the mics, then work your way up to the visuals. Fair use, fair use.
Agree that Sarah made a bad move in discussing the contracts of other people that he has nothing to do with. If we both agree on that, it would then make sense that it's probably not a good idea for you to follow up on that point in the first place. When you disagree, I'm going to give you a chance to respond.
I disagree, because right now we're assessing the validity of what Sarah has said. That's what we're doing. We're trying to find out, is Sarah being truthful in his video or not? Now, it would have been actually very easy for Amiri to sit up here and disprove Sarah, or show that Sarah has been lying. In fact, he actually confirmed something that Sarah said in his video. Also, I think you did a lot. You did, and honestly, I can put all the clips together after this, and I'm not lying on you. You did say earlier that I'm just going to finish, right?
Yes.
Also, I think Sarah was making a bigger point in terms of what is going on within, I don't know if you want to call it the organization, the setup. I think that's the bigger point that Sarah was making.
Okay, let me. Everybody stay where you are. Everybody stay where you are. I want to bring in some more callers. Let me get Pablo. Pablo Frescobar, you're on the air. I'm sitting in radio with Miri Howe. Go right ahead.
Okay, here comes the Coon Pablo. He's gonna try to check the Avatar Miss X. This should be interesting. Fair use.
How you doing, Obsidian?
Doing great, man. Go right on ahead. I know you got some sage thoughts about this fine ourselves into here.
You know, I don't understand all of this Sarah stuff. I don't know that brother. I haven't seen this video. I don't understand. This much is clear to me. Miss Pearly Things has entered into agreements with Kevin Samuels, a black man, whom she paid handsomely for his expertise. She then entered into an agreement with the Trinidadian gentleman that we see before our screen today and paid him above market value for what he was earning, doing whatever it was that he was doing. And if I'm not correct, sir, you live in London, is that correct?
That's correct.
And it's pretty expensive to live in London now, isn't it?
I live in a 4-bedroom.
And whew, oh my. One of the most expensive cities in the world. And
I believe that's a 4-bedroom apartment. I'm not sure how much the market rate for a bedroom apartment in London. Let me see if I can use the good old Miss or my AI bot to ask this question. One moment, people. How much is a 4-bedroom apartment in the UK? Let's see what we get. All right. Let's look at my thing. Let's cross over. I'm gonna screen share this. Stop that. let's see what the bot says. The cost of a 4-bedroom apartment in the UK can vary widely depending on various factors such as location, conditions, and amenities. In general, can range £80 to £5,000 per month or more. London tends to be the most expensive city for housing in the UK, with prices significantly higher than in other parts of the country. Other factors such as the age of the condition of the property, whether whether it is furnished or unfurnished, and whether utilities are included in the rent can also affect the price. It's best to do some research specific locations, properties to get a better ideal price. And trust me, this is in London, so they're not going to be renting out. Or I'm not sure where he lives. He's not going to live anywhere that's problematic. Yeah. And if he's making good money, I would say $5,000. So if my math is right, in the UK he's probably crossing roughly 6 figures. Allegedly. I'm just saying. But anyway, let's keep going. Fair use. Fair use. Where's my
Miss Pearly Things is paying you your market requested rate, not even above what you were earning previously. So there's that. As well as she's entered into agreements we don't know of the nature of which with King Riches and others. I see
the organization as well. Bear in mind.
Yeah. Exactly. So my point is, whatever these people are making or agreements that they may have are private, but they have agreed to them. That's all we need to know. And they are happy and satisfied with them. And they are continuing to work with Pearl. So, as far as I'm concerned, that matter is closed. All that other jumbly-gook is a bunch of crap. All I know is Black men are being paid their worth. And so I'm not looking at what she said, I'm looking at how she's living. How she's living is she's taking care of the people who take care of her. That's all I need to know. I don't need to hear no more. I'm good with it.
What's good, Miss S. Jones? Welcome. Hope you like it. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. And anybody new that's coming up, please hit the like button, please. Thank you. Phrase.
Why do you think that this discussion of contract has become such a thing with Sarah making it a public matter?
Hey, listen, you know how Black Americans are. They obsessed with slavery and people colonizing and taking advantage. It's fantasy. Pure fantasy in 2023.
Ask Ra Garvey if he's making more money now that he's met Pearl, or if he's making more money back then. We need to know, Pearl. Ask him that. Ask him about the.
It's interesting you mentioned that, Miss Jones, if it's a 360 deal. Now, we all know the Taurus the 360 deal came about in regards to the one they call 50 Cent, because he made some lucrative deals while still signed under a label that bank him to the revenue, to the net worth where he stands today. And he is one of very few artists that made his money outside the record labels, that the record labels are not benefiting a lot of these artists that is taking advantage of other endorsement deals, etc. So one thing with these music companies started to do, and what they implement for the last, maybe I would say last 17, maybe 16 years, is those 360 deals, personally. And really, truly, I mean, no record label should be making more money off of you unless what is your obligation. But it goes to show that a lot of young people today, and this is a really good testament that this broadcast is showing, and I'm covering this. It lets you know that at the end, you are supposed to reap the rewards and benefit less out of any deal you agree to. Because they have the mics, they have the studios, hell, they got the connections to put you on top. And in return, they make all the money while you come home with pennies. It's always a form of parasitical relationship from host to the parasite. I don't know if that sounds right, but let me keep reading in the chat room. They are not making money. She's giving them peanuts. Yes. What Pearl did to them is comparable to a 360L. And I'm not sure what Pearl's I heard from Pasty Woman is she's going out to get a master's in psychology. And let's be honest, people, and really think logic on this. Why would a woman like herself want to go get a master's in psychology? I'll tell you, because it is another form of manipulating people and understand how people think and how to, use what they learn against you. And I've heard from another lady from out west, now that's here east. Y'all know I'm talking about that lady that talk about she always reference, I'm not gonna go in detail who I'm talking about for y'all gonna figure out. She referenced in her own live stream, said that every person, women especially, but this could apply to any person, that everybody should try to have a clear understanding of how psychology works, how working knowledge, study it a little bit, which I would have to agree with her, because what's happened to the black race for the last century or two, that people are running head games on y'all, running psych games on you to really control you mentally, spiritually, and psychologically. And the only way you combat this, you got to understand where and how the head games really work in their favor and a detriment to you. So if you don't have like a basic psychology book, I would say it would be hurt to have one in your household around your catalog of books to look at. Anyway, let's keep going. I don't want to hold time because I'm only going to stay here for like another maybe hour. Fair use.
That he takes, yeah, that no one else takes. What's like Sarah. What are you talking about, bro? Like there's black people all over the organization, darling. There's black people all over the organization. We're up in here.
And they're not making slave wages, and Pearl's not being a colonizer.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What Pablo just said and what you just said, Obsidian.
Yes,
Pablo said that black men are being paid what they're worth, and you just said that they're making money. How do we know that if we don't know the specifics of the contract? If we're going by what Sarah said,
they have agreed to it. That's how we know. They agreed.
But that doesn't mean that's what they're.
No, and I had to agree with the lady. You don't know how much the people get paid. They believe this. She gets 90, they get 10%, or even go as far as let's say they get 30%, which is the most. You got to keep in mind that if you're doing content on somebody else's house, they are going to reap and gain more out of your intellectual property and out of your time and energy, where you, like any job, you have to show up every so-called day, roughly 5 hours a day. And like I said, you don't know the back analytics, the back doors, how much is really being made every time you put out a video or any live stream or any participation of any content on that platform in that studio. So if you do not know that, whatever they offer you, you got to conclude you're getting pennies for your efforts. It is what it is. I'm sorry. There's no if, ands, buts about it. And here's another deep thing. Y'all know Fox Soul, right? You know those celebrities that be participating in the Fox Soul, these conversations, these little stupid conversations. Have y'all noticed that they are also under some form of contract, hypothetically? And like I said, majority of people don't know how YouTube really works, how money is generated, how things work. You're not looking at the back analytics, the studios, how much money is being really generated. For all I know, you're not probably not getting paid your actual worth. And that's just the honest truth. So if people in Fox Soul that are celebrities that made alleged millions or somewhat millions, and you work for Fox Soul, you don't know how much Fox Soul is generating on the back end, the time and energy you put up just to get and build up their platforms. I'm just saying, fair use.
Well, that's according to you, but it's not your money. It's theirs. It's not your money. It's not your money. It's their money.
We don't know what they're being paid, or if they're being paid what they're worth.
I prep them, and then they still listen. You didn't still answer my question. If you own the business, Jess, would you give 70% of your business away to someone?
Well, when I was trying to ask you a question before, I got called a dickhead, right? When we were having that conversation.
I didn't call you that.
Your friend, you got upset, and your friend in the back called me a dickhead, right?
All right, so shift the goalposts and go back to what is the.
So let's go back to it.
Right, let's go.
We'll get back to the specifics of the contract. Is the contract only for content that is on Pearly's channel, or is the contract also for the content that is on their own respective channels?
Bro, are you Obsidian? Listen, do you not answer my question?
I'm not Obsidian. I'm not a bro. I'm not a man. I'm a woman. Okay.
Right. So what's right? So Miss Lady, if you own a business, yeah, because you say I'm not a man, but yet you can't identify if Pearl's a woman or not. Listen, let me tell you something. If you own a business,
now I'm gonna vouch that she did ask the question earlier, and this is what I don't like, and this is why a lot of people should not be getting fooled when somebody try and pose a counter question with your own question that you ask them. Keep at their heels. Stick to your question and force them to answer the goddamn question. It's not hard. It's not hard. But you see, that's what you got to be careful when you're doing these so-called conversations. People like to divert and deflect through the actual answer and the actual question. She asked the question first, and this guy's trying to do a counterclaim. Top Mouse saying, well, would you pay somebody 70% while you bring home 30? Which really is not really a logical question. But let's keep going. Fair use.
With 70%, would you be giving it away? Would you be giving it away?
Can you answer my question?
Yes or no?
You didn't ask my question.
All right,
We're asking, what is business? What is business?
And see, and this is where what happens when you know you won the argument when they said, I'm done with you and I'm not going to answer. The simple answer is, I can't answer. I'm not sure what's wrong with black folks today and why we don't conduct ourselves in a regular fashion in regards to anything we do in aspects when we meet each other, interact with each other, etc., etc., etc. But we can have a real honest conversation where we're going to at least answer the question. Now, if you don't know, you don't know. And if you refuse to answer the question, say, I'm just going to plead a fifth. It's not hard. To sit there and pose a question with another question, it tells me you're trying to deflect from answering the goddamn question. I don't like that. Hate that. Anyway. Fair use.
Is this content that is on Pearl's channel, or is the business the content that is also on their own?
Let me step in here. Let me step in here, please, and see if we try to sort this out. The issue at present is this, Amiri, and I don't know if you're at liberty to speak about this. I don't know if you know about this or not. Let me just lay this out. The question is this: does the Just Pearly Things organization, when it deals with people like a Aunt Jenny, like a Ra Garvey, like a King Riches, do they get money based on what happens on the Just Pearly Things channel and that alone? Or do they also get a piece of the money of these other people's channels? That's the question. Do I have that right, Jessica?
Listen.
Yes.
You're
okay. All right, fair enough. So that's the question. Go ahead, Amir. Your response.
Okay. So this is a gripe. It's none of you lot's business, bro. Like literally, Auntie Jenny's contract is not my business. It's not your business. It's not anyone else's business.
So she does have a contract.
Are you retarded?
Okay.
there you have it. So what's the issue with Ra Garvey? They said this man was lying. Now, in regards to him exposing what Miss Pay during her birthday, having these little stupid little, gather rounds where they put a whiteboard, doing some type of naked, what they call it, figure four, where you want to call those things that these people like to engage in, weirdo stuff. That's none of our concern, much less it was a waste of time he put that out there. But I understand why he sensationalized, put that in his content, because you got to understand how the thing works, how YouTube work is they got to give more room for you to come back to watch more content. And I think that's why he added that into his video, which I would say was a questionable move, but like anything, like any marketing ploy, that was superb. And like I said, what he has said and proved so far, he was not lying. And mind you, there are a lot of unfortunately black males that are engaged in coonish behavior. They will sit and defend this woman because it serves to their best interests. And that's actually smart. But they're not gonna keep it real and tell you that, because let's be honest, y'all dumb. What more can I say? Anyway, let's keep going. Very used. Yeah.
Okay, so his response is that it's nobody else's business, which kind of reminds me of this right here. So we're going to go. Let me hang on, Mary. I'm going to continue. Let me get Donna. Thank you, Donna, for the 5/Obsidian talk for that. SKC for the $5 super chat. Public that may be discussed in. Why would anyone open their checkbook online? Jessica, I know you, but and I'm going to take your word for it. But legally, over in the UK, would that be something that could be a problem? I know here in the United States that could be a problem. Is that the same way over in the UK?
129 billion%. Not only that. There's network. Not only that, I do not care to get involved in what other people's contracts are. So for you asking me is like, one, it's none of your business. Two, it's none of my business. And three, why does it even matter like what contracts they're on? Because they signed it. If they signed it, if there was a contract, like Sarah, the person who doesn't have a contract, who never signed anything, is complaining about a contract.
Yeah, and that's a good point. That's a very good point, Amiri. My understanding is that Sarah was essentially doing gig work. He was in the gig economy. He was not a salaried employee. He was not signed to a contract deal. He was essentially an independent contractor. He would come in, do a particular task, get paid for it, pay as you go. And if you did a task today, you got paid for it today. That's that. Flat rate, boom, and that's done. So I'm trying to understand why he's so concerned about the contracts of other people, given that he's an independent contractor. That is fascinating to me. Let me go to Michael McFly with the $5 super chat. He says, so Amiri, defend the opinions about Sarah Garvey's channel getting copyright strikes. Amiri, your response.
Well, you're asking me, why is someone who defamed my image online, disrespected the network online, asking me what about strikes? Ask Pearl when you look got time, bro. Like just me and Sarah's relationship is different. This bro snakes me twice. So,
and like I said before, I'm not really concerned about the extra footage of what goes on after they have done their production and all stuff of these parties and events. Is irrelevant to me per se, but like I said, for content strategy. And here's a side note for solutions for future events. And mostly they're not gonna catch this broadcast, but let's say someone does. If you're gonna have parties, I would highly advise no one should bring their cell phones. If they have any electronic device, they should put it in a nice little box, put it there, put the box, keep the box, and put it to the side and party on. That will eliminate any problem. If people are coming in any event with phones, I don't care if they're businessmen or anything, they should leave that to the door. Because you don't want someone snapping what you are doing inappropriately for the public to know. Especially when you start snapping it on Snapchat, which you really given all rights. People got to know saying, and I'll be fair and honest, I've not read every little agreement with these things that they you have to sign and agree to use their sites and service. But you must understand, the minute you agree to the terms of service to any website, any application, you forfeit all rights. Let me repeat this again. Anytime you use any application, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, etc., 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 you have forfeited all rights. It is now considered their property, not yours anymore. Only thing that's considered your property, if we want to go there, is what you could keep, take pictures, record films on your own phone. But the minute you upload it on another third-party website, like the IG, Facebook, Twitter, etc., you're bound to start some troubles. Fair use, fair use. And I hope that that'll be clear for a solution so that for future sake, you don't have to worry about you being slandered and all this stupidness.
Well, I don't like he snakes me twice, literally twice. He took a clip of me and posted it to a reviewer, then took the clip and put it on his own channel so he could monetize my suffering, and we'll put it like that. That same guy.
And here we're talking about the footage of the private part.
No, right now we're talking about the Abba and Preach.
Abba and Preach. Okay, so this has been more than once that he's done this to you.
Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
So this is
very, very good.
So you do me something once, shame on you. You do me something twice, shame on me.
Fair enough. Let me get Emmanuel with the $5 super chat. He writes, Jessica. He goes to my man Blessing, Mr. Blessing. African diaspora for financial gain by wrong. I want to get your response to that, Miri, and then we'll go back to our callers. Go right ahead.
Listen, Blessing, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Blessing. Listen, I stayed quiet. He drawed me out. I was quiet. The loudest person in the room was quiet. You know, because even myself, we need reflective thought. Because I thought maybe they're right. Maybe we should have had a right winger on our channel. And then I think, wait, hold on a minute. Like, who are you lot? Who are you? Who are you to tell us who we could bring on our? You go start your own channel and do your podcast. But what I'll tell you, the amazing thing about Pearl, investment. She invested in her equipment. She invested in her talent. She invested on her workers. She invested on the look. She upgraded. She invested. She built an organization. And there's people who have been on YouTube for 10, 15 years longer than her who have less followers, less views, less pull. Don't talk any bit of sense for the last, how, God knows whether, but you would have time to sit down and discuss about just other things and not talk about other people. That's what it's so rich, bro. It's like, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to have only white people on our channel? Is that what you want me to do? Is that what I should do? Should I go out there and just get white women? Just white women? Huh? Because I could do that. Because Pearl has never told me what to do. I'll get just white women for you lot.
I haven't made any. I haven't said anything about the race of the women who are on your show. I couldn't care less. It hasn't come up in my argument at all. I don't care.
Well, why are you here? Well, hang on a second.
And you know, if you guys want to come, the links in the chat room. I'm not gonna stay on long. I probably will go another 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep this a short night with this. So far, you know, right, the validity of Ra Garvey and his exposure is really showing the real true nature of man, black man especially, that we really are screwed up, and we will take other racial people's side and will stab the backs of others. And I get it. I understand why most black men think this. They could blame their mother for this, which is rightfully in their, the right to say so. But my biggest thing is, once you're really knowledgeable of why you act and move the way you are, it is your duty to correct it. But let me keep going because I want to go for more of this. Fair use.
Hold on. While we're on this point, Jessica, for the record, you're very well known in the Black American YouTube, social media space, the Black manosphere in particular, United States centric. Let me ask you, because a lot of this is in Amiri's wheelhouse as the top recruiter for the Just Pearly Things Foundation, or organization, if you will. Let me ask you, what is your position with Just Pearly Things having a sizable presence of Black British women on her show? Do you agree with that? Disagree with that? You have no problem with it? You don't care? What is your position?
Those women are guests. They choose. They apply. However it works to come on her show, they agree to be there. I don't mind her talking to Black women.
Very good. We got that out of the way for the record. Let me go and get the rest of the super chats and we'll continue. Davius in the building with the $10 super chat writes, why is that UK black guy disrespecting Jessica X? Jessica, you are too beautiful and intelligent to be tolerating that guy. Thank you so much for your...
That's a simp. That's all I can say. Hey, positive vibes. If you want the links in the chat room, hit the like button if you could, sweetie, and jump on here and get a piece of this conversation if you can. See, that's my girl, positive vibes right there. You know what I'm saying? She's out there, always showing some support one way or the other. All right, let's keep going. Fair use. Where's my thing?
For super chat, I appreciate it. Let's continue. Let me get M Nemesis in the building with the $11 super chat. He writes, y'all ask personal questions like when you work somewhere. Do you think you ask two other employees how they make of their contracts? It's private, Jessica. Interesting point. Thank you so much for that, M Nemesis. Let me see. Ash comes through with a $20 super chat, and he writes, Jessica X, their personal contracts are none of your business. Are you anyone's business agent or contractual attorney? If not, fall back. It's none of your business if someone McFly comes through with $5. Oh, okay, you retarded stuff. You got to check that BS. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your observation. Ferrari in the building with the $2 super chat. Hold on a second. I got to acknowledge that he came through with a $2 super chat. I'm just reading the super chat.
I like it.
Let me. This kind of reminds me a little bit of what goes on over in you guys' neck of the woods with the prime minister's questions. There, I kind of like the line back and forth. Just Pearly Things comes through and asks this. She said, "Did anyone ask a question? Are my employees making more or less than they were before?" Let's put that question on the floor. Amiri, since you are the point man here, you may or may not know. You may or may not be at liberty to discuss. If you're not, and you do wish to decline, I understand, especially given there looks to be a legal situation brewing out of this. So if you're not at liberty to say, I understand. But for the record, are Just Pearly Things employees making more or less than they were before?
Okay, so I'm not speaking for anyone, even though I do know this fact. Every single person, including Pearl herself, makes more money now. Every single person. including myself.
The rising tide is lifting all boats here.
All right. Hold on. Lena?
Hello, hey, Cass. Oh,
You get me?
wow. Yeah, yes, I hear you. You had it right when you said simp. I feel like, yeah, he's simping for Pearly, and I feel like the way he's drilling Jessica is kind of, you guys supposed to be on the same team. You
Mhm.
threw Jessica X underneath the bus for her, for this newcomer. And I really feel like it's a grift now. Like when he said, Obsidian himself said, "Oh yeah, she's giving jobs." I was like, "That's an L. That's an L." If you shouldn't be for this woman because she's giving jobs. Your position should have been, "Oh, she's advocating for Black men. She's advocating for our space." Or giving, this is, he could have walked it back and said, she didn't understand, blah, blah, blah. We shouldn't have discarded Jessica X, or I'm not Jessica X, turn on Pearly Things because she's done so much
Oh,
for.
if you could say pasty, we better. I mean, I tried to, we
So I
gotta
get
give
to
it the
we get
rightful
to
term.
drag. I be trying to be respectful on your channel because I feel like that's like what you want. But if I can drag,
No.
doesn't it?
The
Doesn't
reason
it?
why I'm saying this because it's only fitting, Lena, that this is a woman, just like any other non-black person. You know what I'm saying? You come
Mm-hmm,
into a space where it's predominantly mostly non-white people. And
mm-hmm,
really, if you carry yourself a certain way, we will have to call you as it is, as it's seen fitting. And that's where people are giving her the label. You get me?
mm-hmm.
Because she
Okay.
is a racist.
Mm-hmm,
And we don't want to be reference actual names because, the promotion is already given out already. I
mm-hmm,
mean, I'm only prolonging this because, like I said, once this, I could probably might stop talking about it, maybe. But like I said, we'll call Pacey for now. But to your point, Lena, yes, those so-called Miss Ann will always get favor in the eyes and souls and hearts of Negro men, black men
mm-hmm.
especially.
Yeah, I hate to say. I'm trying not to say Black men, and I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
not say all, but the manosphere especially. Like they threw their own women underneath the bus that were advocating. That lets me know that they were lying when they were saying, "Oh, if Black women just speak life into us, that they support us." You have a bunch of Black women over in that space. You had President Cure. You had Danica, whatever her name is. I'm not trying to be funny, but I forgot
Yeah,
her name.
all the actual black women that really love and respect black men, they vouch for a lot of black men on the internet and probably black men in general. I
Yeah,
get
Shalakemia. You have all
yes.
those women in those spaces, and you elevated Pearly Things. Pearly Things revealed herself, and you're still defending her. That's
Mhm,
an L. That's not a good look for
mhm,
Scaly Things or whatever her name is.
mhm. Well, I call it pasty. I don't. I mean, scales.
Pasty, scaly, older
Scale.
than what I am, look
Yeah,
older than what I am things. There's
yeah.
no way that girl's 26. I need to see a birth certificate.
Well, let's be fair, honest. Because as people don't know, say as people could see it from your avatar, Lena's low light. A lot of people, if they look at you in person, they will think otherwise. But
Mm,
let's say this: Miss Pacey is actually fully Caucasian, and
mm,
obviously, with 70 or 80% more of the actual blood from their community,
mhm,
that you're going to age faster. That's why if you look at the term where people get this reference, it's not nice to tell a woman's age. You know
mm.
why that really came into existence, Lena?
Why?
Because Caucasian women aged 5 to 10 times faster, or most European people in general, than black folks.
Mm.
You aware of this?
No, I do know that black people age slower.
Now, mind you, there's exceptions to the rule for black folks. I'm not saying all of us because we have melanin, right? As
Uh-huh.
brownish, real darker, is
Uh-huh.
not gonna always secure that you will not age slower. Let's get that
Uh-huh.
straight, because there are other facts that could show that you could
Like
age.
environmental and that. Take
No,
care of yourself.
usually is mostly what happens when you see a black person age pretty badly is usually a result of high drug use.
Oh yeah, drug use.
And especially if you're a lady and using makeups that have heavily mercury metals on your
Uh-huh.
face, that will damage your skin and it'll
Oh,
draw down
okay.
your skin. People don't
I
know
don't wear
that.
a lot of.
People won't
I
tell you
didn't know.
that.
I don't wear a lot of makeup. I mean, you said mercury.
No,
Makeup.
all form of cosmetics, they
Uh-huh.
have certain chemicals that have lead and metal in it
Uh-huh.
to bind with your skin. So
Uh-huh.
that way it gives you color, but also if you use it too many times, depending on how much your melanin count is, and don't forget if you're not taking any other drugs like prescription drugs or smoking, especially, and stress could play a role that you age. You get me? But
Oh God, I pray I don't age fast.
yeah,
So far,
but
I haven't. I don't think so.
wait, say again, you break up. Say again,
I
clear.
said so far, I don't think I'm aging fast.
Well,
I was. I was
um,
getting younger or
are you
whatever.
are you a millennial? What are you? What are you? 80s, baby? What year 80s?
70s baby.
Oh, 73? Oh, okay.
No, not 73. 70s baby though. I'm in the 70s.
Is it mid or late?
Very late.
All right, so I will throw 78 as best. I don't know if I'm right.
You close. I'm 79.
Oh, girl, relax, man. I mean,
I'm in,
you're up there. You're up there, but it's not something to concern depending on how you keep yourself. Come remember, I mean, as we get older, we should be wiser. Yes,
uh-huh.
we want us to look good, want to keep healthy if we put in the work, but always as we age, our mind and how we carry ourselves should follow. Do you get me?
Yes,
Most
I
majority
agree.
of us, on the average, men and including ladies, and you around some ladies, a lot of them want us to act like they're young, but they don't act like their appropriate age. You get me?
Mhm.
Because it's always reflected the people that's coming up on us. They want to have someone to talk to or someone to look up to respectfully.
I agree.
And it's hard to do that when they're trying to compete with.
Younger people.
Yeah. But let me keep playing this. 'Cause I'm not gonna play this long since you're up here, and I'm gonna pause it frequently. Fair use.
To the point where I make more than double the average human.
More than double the average UK salary. For the record, more than double the average UK salary at this point.
And that's
And
nothing
you know
to
what?
do with
I gotta
Lewis
record this guy.
person.
They like. You gotta do something with all that noise in the background. I'll bring you back, but you gotta do something with all that noise in the background. For the record, Mary Howe, the top recruiter guy for the Just Pearly Things organization, has confirmed that not only does Just Pearly Things herself, but everybody in her organization at present is making more money than they were before. He makes more than double what the average UK guy, most UK guys are white. He makes more than what the average UK guy makes. He currently lives in a four-room flat. Do I have that right?
House.
A four-room house in London, for the record. Draga in the building with the $2 super chat. I buy that. Referring to Jason Black. TSM in the building with Black babies. Jessica, let me ask you this. Are you aware of the remarks that has been attributed to, and I have to be very careful in my wording of this, the alleged remarks of Miss Courtney Michelle saying that she understood where Cynthia G was coming from? Are you aware of that?
I am.
Before I continue, now you heard this is her affinity, Lena,
Uh-huh.
with these dudes with reference that lady from the West, the one they call the bald eagle. I don't understand why these dudes keep referencing this chick. I get very irritated at points where I said on another stream, a few brothers, about the promotion thing. You get me? Most
Uh-huh.
content creators that got subpar or maybe bigger channels will never reference a lot of these dudes. But these dudes reference these ladies. And I tell people the psychology of a lot of things is free attention is better attention.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
that people don't know, I'm being honest. I'm being straight honest, and I'm giving some game for those that does content. And mind you, there's nothing that people could do that's gonna slow down pasty woman's growth. Even putting her names in the titles and all stuff, which I said, and I told one dumb do this. And I had to tell him he's dumb because he won't act as he's smart as, but he's not. That all forms of promotion, not once but repeated times, you're giving people more access to people look these people up and to gain greater followers. We all know what the bald eagle has, what's your stance in regards to the community and what she feels the solution. I tell most black men this. Why are you to reference this woman? You think every woman, and you have kids, Lena, and anybody that's in my chat room that's ladies probably has a child or two, right? You think you're going to be in the business finding different information from different content creators and get brainwashed to say, I'm going to sit there and start aborting my own seeds? Especially if it's not the right seed I want. Really?
Mm-hmm.
They're really going to take that risk on their own bodies, their wombs, damage it because you don't like a certain outcome. And said the creation said that every child that comes through your womb is not always determined that which sex comes here. We're not really overall control of that. Regardless, there's some books that writes about it, but overall, in regards how the way nature is set up, we're not really that in control. So if the creation said that a boy has come through the earth, unless it's something that's drastic, that has caused something happens in the womb, that's when it happens. But regardless, go to facilities say, I'm going to get rid of it because I don't want no male up here because something's going to happen to me. And blah, blah, blah. I say this. So if it's not a male that comes out womb that you're concerned, that means you should be concerned about every other male that's non-black too, because the person that created the infrastructure, the structure, caused the greater portion of your oppression, regardless what this black man does to deal with it or do something against it. And as you know, Lena, the earth as we know it is shifting to do its cleanse to really start restructuring order.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going spiritual right now, and it's going to sound a little lame, but I want people to stay with me for a second. If these people were all almighty and all powerful like they said they are, why are you having a hard time recoupling yourself? Aren't you the chosen people? Aren't you God's gift? God doesn't say, I'm going to stop you from reproducing yourself. They'll let things run its course, right? See?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
If they're doing something, it's you're doing something that's an error that the earth does not like, and it's now instead of going through a Armageddon method to cleanse the earth, they go for a much softer approach, which you're not gonna be able to copulate. Do you see that?
Right.
Actually, that's nature's nice way of saying, I'm going to get rid of you now. And this is the best route I'm going to take it.
Weed it out. Weed out the weak.
What?
Weed out the weak. Survival of the fittest.
More side of it is really getting rid of the things that's causing the greatest harm. With pollution, high advanced industrial technologization of the environment, which the environment doesn't function through technologization. Regardless, it's good, we like, we enjoy it, but really this is artificial, it's not natural to the earth. How we know? Because if you build something in a certain area, what nature does, it grows over it, right?
Exactly.
So that means it's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
No, man maintains certain things, but it's not supposed to create somewhere nature cannot make use of it. Man-made stuff does not exist long term. It actually causes more harm to the environment than it good. It was created by man. All right. So let me keep going. That's a side note, but it lets you know that yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Fair use.
Can you confirm or deny that Miss Courtney Michelle did indeed say that she understood where Cynthia G was coming from? Are you able to deny that?
Well, Cynthia G made a video and she said that, black men would put an unattractive white woman before even an attractive black woman who capes for them. And I think Courtney said that she agreed. It was something along those lines.
Okay, I want to make sure I got this right. This is very important. First, Courtney did agree with Cynthia G. So Miss Courtney Michelle did indeed agree with statements made by Cynthia G. That's number one. Do we have that right?
I believe she did, yeah.
Okay. And what she agreed on was the idea, and this is all about just pearly things. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
Okay. The argument was that Cynthia G was making was that these black men, referring to black men in the black manosphere, black men online on YouTube. Do I have that right?
I'm surmising yes.
Okay. That these black men, the black manosphere, black men on YouTube, black men on social media, are essentially giving a pass to a white woman like Pearl Reed, a plain Jane, if you will, over black women. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, according to Jessica X.
But you gotta understand why they giving this one a pass. Their excuse is she pays black men. That's it. That's all it takes. So it makes me want to say, and I'm not sure if a lot of ladies pay enough black men that's in the space or any part of the digital infrastructure or the digital realm, what we call internet. Is that what you're asking for a lot of ladies nowadays? To pay you for a sense of respect or some form of submission? Is that the message you're trying to portray a lot of black women? Which a lot of people should be paying anyway. If somebody provides something, they should pay regardless. But let's say, is that the only fee to entry? Because I don't remember anybody making those type of roles. Now, mind you, as you know, Lena, I've been listening and following a lot of people off the internet for some time now, right? And one thing I could say personally is they don't got their stuff together. Anyway, she'll come back. But let's keep going. Fair use.
That is the issue here. That Miss Courtney Michelle is in agreement with Cynthia G on the idea that black men in the black manosphere are giving a plain Jane white woman like Just Pearly Things a pass over black women like presumably a Cynthia G or a Courtney Michelle or even a Jessica X. That is the argument. We will be returning to that particular point in the very near future. I just want to clear that up, Jessica. Thank you so much for helping me clear that up. Davius, your response, Amiri.
I'm not British. I am Trinidadian. You idiot.
Okay. What do you?
I'm not the black guy. I'm Amiri. Hold on. The name's right there. Thirdly, like, do English people even drink tea? That's such like that's the same kind of stereotype.
That's some dumb shit he's saying.
So Ra Garvey can drink a port.
Okay. So been patiently waiting, and I take responsibility for that. If you want to be mad at somebody, be mad at the host, but please don't jump. We're trying to run a professional show here. Okay, so we're trying to be we're trying to run a halfway professional show. Bear with me. Chickle Rock in the building with the $2 super chat. Mr. Fantastic, you're on the air. I'm sitting in radio with Amiri Howe. Go right ahead.
Yo, what up, oh man? Appreciate you for
How you
putting
feeling, man? Go right ahead.
Hey, can't complain. Hey, Amiri, what's up with you, man? You got it, bro. Hey, man, living the life, right? So, I like talking to you guys, man, because, like you said, you brothers, man. Shout out to King Richard, shout out to Blessing. And I asked him the question, you pretty much answered it. So, pretty much you're saying before, were you in the content creating space before Pearl?
Listen, I've been in television, entertainment, music from I'm a seed, bro. This is what my family does, bro. That's what I said.
I'm just trying to background, brother. I respect it. Like I said,
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying.
No, cool. Background.
Google it.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying now. So you're saying
my brother, Ruth and my sister. Like I'm talking about my brother is president of Island Records. I'm talking about my sister is head of Vice. I'm talking about like you don't anyway.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of things that they want to act like you guys are on some type of slave labor plantation type deal, all this BS, right? So what black people out there where you're at offered you any type of contract or any type of business opportunity equal or greater than Pearl?
Are you mad, dude? That's the whole point of my frustration. No black woman has ever come close.
Well, not just black women.
Wait.
Hang on, Mr. Fantastic. It's important to hear from my.
Hold on. All right, guys. Hold on. I was looking at something. I'm gonna soon end this because this is now getting real boring now. Fair use.
We'll get you in a second. I want to make sure I hear Mr. Miri Howe very clearly with what he's saying here. Go ahead.
No black woman or black man, for a matter of fact, has put more money in my pocket than Pearl.
Oh,
let's talk about it.
Not only should we talk about it, we should give it an Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. So, what do you think about what Amiri Howe just said, that no black woman, or for that matter, any black man in that order, has put more money into his pocket than Becky? What your response?
So you said your salary is twice the national average a year?
I don't think you listen properly. And this is surprising for a blog. I think it's more than double.
That's just literally what I asked you.
Oh, okay, well, we got that out of the way. Let's continue. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You brought it up. I didn't ask you how much you made.
Okay, we got that. Go ahead. Continue.
And I'm glad you did, because earlier on when Pablo was on the panel, he actually said that you took a pay cut to work with Pearl. So I'm glad you cleared it up and said that working with Pearl is the most money that you've ever made, and we got to hear it directly.
Yeah. Very use.
From you.
Just.
What do you think, Jessica? Hang on a minute. What do you think, Jessica, of the fact that this man has said that no black woman, or for that matter, black man, in that order, has put as much money in his pocket as just Pearly things? What do you say to that?
I think it's good for him to make his money. I'm glad he's being paid what he's worth.
But is it the argument? I mean, and maybe this is true. It isn't true in the UK. If it's not, then I stand corrected. But isn't the argument at least among American black women, is that they are the fastest growing business owners? They got it going on. Their boss, so and so. What happened?
Obviously, we all know that's cap. Black women in America are opening up weave and eyelash businesses. They're not hiring anybody.
Oh God, shit. Oh God, man. Very use.
Let's be real.
Let me get Blessing. Let me get Blessing back in here. We'll continue the conversation. Blessing comes back through with another $100 super chat. Allahu Akbar. That's the footage saying someone is filming. I don't even know what that guy recorded on me and the staff. His actions is disgusting to me. And I don't even know who this Jessica X girl is. Do you even employ anyone? Jessica X, your response.
Well, Blessing, I didn't know who you were until this either, right? So we're both unknown to each other. And Blessing, the link is in the chat. I see you're dropping super chats. You can come up here and speak. How many people do you employ, Blessing?
He is the top.
I know. He's an
He doesn't employ because he's a worker, like majority of people. And let me see. I'm gonna keep playing and phase.
Tell her.
My understanding is that Blessing is the top, I guess you could say, producer. Would that be correct, Amiri? The top producer for the Just Pearly Thing organization. He's the guy responsible for the lighting, the cameras, the way the whole production looks and operates. He is the go-to guy. That is my understanding of his official job title. That's my understanding of it.
But he's an employee just like me, right?
Okay, very good. Well, let me ask you. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. I tell you what. I tell you what.
Listen,
I tell you. I tell you what.
3 times as much as you, bro. He's
I tell you. I tell you what. I tell you what.
I do know you.
How about this? How about this? Jessica, how about this? This is what I propose. Jessica, would you be willing to appear on the Just Pearly Things program?
I'm not sure about that now, Obsidian. I after the things that have come out about Pearly, I don't believe so. No.
Like what? Things like what?
I don't think.
You just said A, that for me, if I get paid on the pro, so it's not colonial mindset. B, we already established that.
Of course it's colonial, because she look at you as a possession. And y'all guys paying, regardless you getting a nice little decent little check, that's something where, like the basketball players, i.e. $40 million slaves getting paid millions of dollars, but the owners are racking in billions. Not the same. Not the same.
Pearl wasn't being racist, yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yes, and Pearl is racist. Mike TV revealed all the videos that I don't follow this pasty bitch. All the racist clips, even trying to go as far as re-educate a so-called Caribbean sister in regards slavery. Yeah, fair use.
By your standards, right? By your standards. You're saying that you've established that Pearl was not being racist.
She wasn't.
Those are by your standards, right?
No, listen.
My standards and your standards are two different things.
Sidian, am I correct or incorrect in saying Pearl's words were, the guy in Roots said, the guy that made Roots said, and am I correct in thinking?
That man did not say it. There was a journalist that was reporting on his book.
Please don't come off the mic. Please. Okay. Hang on. WPH Bank, what problem do you have when I say don't come off the mic? What?
Matter of fact, I'm done. That's it, guys. Hope you'll find this very much intriguing. My little short take on this. I could have gone on for another 15 minutes, but after listening so far, these people are on a contract. What Ra Garvey said was proven evident. He was pretty much on point. Regardless that he was on other people's channels that vouch for Pasty Woman. And this is a disclaimer. If you get this, Ra Garvey, if you ever get this live stream or this upload, whatever you want to call it, right? I wouldn't mind having a conversation with you personally, bro. If you want, leave a comment at the end of this video where I could hit you up if you can. I know it might be possible, might not be possible, but hell, you can't knock a brother from reaching out. Because personally, your recent boss isn't a racist. Majority of people don't see racism in America, particularly. And also, I could say in the UK as well. And it's proven evident that your time, your contribution was very helpful to this Pasty Woman. The only thing I regret that you should have made a little bit more, got some more out of her before you walked out the building. But, you know, like I said, you got to live and learn. I hope that the little clap you get, you grow very fast with this and make it more than it should be and take it from there. But no, that's it. If you're new to the Chaos Reign Show, welcome to Chaos Reign Show. And all future subscribers, you know the deal, you know the drill. Hit that red button, that subscribe button, and hit that top notification bell for uploads, live streams here on the Chaos Reign Show. Also, follow me on Twitter at Chaos Reign 7. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Reign on Facebook. Follow me on Rumble. I will put the link for the followers to follow, give it order. And last but not least, join the Discord service of the Chaos Reign Show. And what else I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, to let you know, I do have Anchor, Breaker, Spotify for all podcasts of previous episodes here on the Chaos Reign Show, up on audio podcasting. I would say check that out when you get a chance. And let me see something right here. I'm just looking for something right now. Where the hell is it? Okay, I found it. All right. I'm just going to put this right here. And I think that would be pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching and listening to the Chaos Reign Show. And please, don't be a stranger. Leave a comment on your thoughts and opinions at the end of this video. I'll be looking forward to reading it personally. And that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for watching or listening. And like always, until next time, let the chaos reign.